LA streets all day long and all night long.
But the LAPD says sex is also for sale behind closed doors, too, inside some spas and massage parlors. Here's Eyewitness News investigative reporter Kevin Ozebek.
In there, they go room by room.
Only 7 on Your Side is there as the LAPD searches this massage spa in Torrance. The team is led by this undercover detective.
We found multiple condoms inside. Some of the girls were wearing stilettos. That's not normal common practice for massage therapists to be wearing.
One of the women working inside is cited for solicitation of prostitution. Police say she agreed to sex with an undercover for $160.
Damn, that's a good price.
Conveyed to our undercover officer. There's an exchange of monies, then the violation has occurred.
The LAPD then heads to another parlor just east of Harbor City. So the undercover officer just informed his colleagues that there was a transaction. So we saw 4, 5, 6 LAPD officers now go inside that massage parlor. They're going to try to talk to the women inside who are working and look for any.
Not that I know what standard pricing is. I've never done any of that stuff, but 160 sounds pretty low. But I think Robert Kraft only paid like $99 for it. Y'all remember Robert Kraft? Oh boy. They said they had it on video, but they buried that video. He did everything in his power to make sure that thing didn't get released. They said he was getting a threesome with two women, you know, for $100. They just gave him head or whatever, and then just dipped out. He dipped out in a Bentley and flew to the AFC Championship game. I mean, that's wild. That's wild.
Evidence that they can. Police tell us they spoke to 2 women from China working here. We are blurring one of their faces. The LAPD detectives believe the 2 are not necessarily here by choice.
They both showed classic symptoms of being either labor trafficked or human trafficked. Both of them, you can see it in their eyes. They are victims.
These detectives say it's common to see victims of trafficking working in
their eyes. They are victims.
These detectives say faces. The LAPD detectives believe the 2 are not 2 women from China working here. We are blurring one of their faces. The LAPD detectives believe that
in their eyes, they are.
That's the messed up part. Why are they trafficking them? It's like, maybe, okay, I understand it's illegal, but so because it's illegal, you make it even more illegal by kidnapping and trafficking them. I'm sure there's some underground system where you just ask if people want to make money, or people, it's almost like porn. Like, these porn stars ain't trafficked. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't get how you can force people into sex labor. To me, that just sounds crazy. So if they were trafficked, then, you know, shut down all the parlors. But the biggest question is, would trafficking exist if this was legalized? You know, I just said they don't traffic porn stars because porn is legal. That's a good, you know, would trafficking exist if sex work was legal, like prostitution and whatnot? Maybe you're thinking along the same lines of the prohibition. Hey, we have to legalize alcohol because the underground crime was so out of control that they had to do something to regulate it. And, you know, obvious reasons aside, obviously, as a man, you know, not that I would do it, but it's like, oh, you know, you can't really take a man's opinion on this. But removing all the bias aside, I think they should legalize sex work. That way you can regulate it, tax it, and make sure everybody has proper ID, make sure no one's trafficked. I mean, that would give so many people jobs, that would put more police in the force. It would get more people work. Obviously, it's a sin. But so is stripping, so is porn. I think there has to be something done by lawmakers to mitigate trafficking, and just going in there busting random massage parlors is not going to help. I think, unfortunately, the only way to stop trafficking is to kind of legalize it like they do in Amsterdam or whatnot, you know. I don't know. That's a touchy subject because I don't think you should legalize anything that's a sin, obviously. And I'm not even that religious, but you know, they legalize alcohol, they legalize marijuana, they legalize strip clubs, they legalize porn, and look how heavily regulated everything is. These people, these innocent victims, need that type of regulation so they don't get caught up in some random massage parlor if these people were trafficked. You know, it's all about regulation at this point. You can't stop it, but you got to regulate it, because by making everything illegal, everybody's just hiding in the dark, man, and you don't know who's trafficked or whatnot. You know, if it's illegal, you can't take them there. So you can't say, oh, show me your ID, you know, show me your permit, make them have, I mean, I don't think strippers need permits, but if they're just trafficked, they don't have to show any ID or nothing, no documentation, nothing. Just, we kidnapping you, you working for us, you know? So I don't know, man. It's what people choose to enforce is kind of weird to me, you know, but they definitely got to stop this trafficking, because some of these girls are children, man. They're children, you know, and it's like, it's not cool, you know, and that's another reason why I never really dove into that as a man. I don't want to get caught up in no little, you know, like me thinking that this lady's 25, but come to find out, I think I would pretty much tell, you know, but Lawrence Taylor, if you know Lawrence Taylor, he got caught up and he had no idea she was underage. So, you know, just being in that environment, I want no parts. But if you legalize it, all that kind of gets put on the wayside, you know? So, but if y'all know LA, y'all know there's a million massage parlors. You know, I think there's an app called Tug Pool or something like that. It's like where you can find all the Rub Tug. I don't know what the name is. Y'all tell me, chat. But it's where you can find all the massage parlors. So, you know, the cops are all on them, man. But they've been busting them a lot lately. So I wonder if it can make a difference. Because, you know, we just got to stop the trafficking. You know, we got to stop the trafficking of little girls. We got to stop the kidnapping of anyone, you know. So, yeah, man, this is a wild situation. But LA got a lot of these places.
Victim.
These detectives say it's common to see victims of trafficking working in spas.
How
Damn,
are
see?
they trafficked? So, you know, most of the time, you know, they're back home, right? They're people from other countries. They're promised a opportunity in America, so they're forced into working these jobs to pay off the loan that they got to get into the U.S.
Oh,
Back
that's
at the second
foul.
spa, the LAPD issues one woman a citation for soliciting for prostitution and hits the business with citations that include having no manager on duty and evidence of audio video recording in massage rooms. Police then wrap at this massage parlor a few blocks over.
Damn.
Here, an undercover writes a citation after he says he's offered $40 for one type of sex act, $60 for another.
Oh,
And even
shit.
though the
I'm already knowing. $40 for head. $60 for penetratives. What the fuck? These prices are, these poor little girls getting trafficked and charging $40? That's crazy.
officers do cite the individual women,
Imagine giving up your whole life, being kidnapped. Doesn't matter what age you are, and you're doing that type of work for that price. That's just crazy. That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
they're also offered help.
Our focus and our efforts are to save some of these girls.
Mhm,
Some of these girls
100%.
need some saving.
I agree.
Kevin Ozebek, ABC.
No minor or underage woman should be around any of that stuff. And the guys who traffic, how could you live with yourselves? You know, kidnapping someone who's underage and forcing them into stuff. It's disgraceful. But it's not even limited to that. It's limited to all women of all ages. Why are you kidnapping people and forcing them to do sex work? It's just, this is crazy, man. That's why I say legalize it. That way you can get rid of all that nonsense. Give them a legal age. I wouldn't even say 18. I would say 21. Hey, you want to be a sex worker, you got to be 21. Anything with teen in it, do not be a sex worker, in my opinion. You know, that's why it's weird when it's strip clubs. You know, I used to go to college, right? They had a strip club called Southern Exposure, and they had a night specifically reserved for high school graduates or something like that, amateur night where, like, if you're 18 and you just graduated high school, you could get on there and strip. I mean, I didn't think nothing of it. I was, what, 20 at the time, but looking back, that's just disgusting, you know, like, because a lot of people in there were old ass dudes. You know, what 20-year-old college student can afford to go to the strip club, you know? You know, but obviously in West Virginia, that shit costs $5 to get in. But yeah, they would have amateur night and put 18-year-olds right up there, you know? And I'm just like, no. If it were up to me, I'd set them as the drinking age, 21 and up, legalize it, legalize prostitution, 21 and up, permits, IDs, strict guidelines, all that, you know? That way you can reduce the amount of people getting kidnapped, not only people, but underage people. Cut that number down, you know, to elimination, you know, so we don't have to, you know, worry about that. I mean, it's always going to be around, but you got to regulate it, man. You got to regulate it somehow, some way, you know. So yeah, that's if I was a politician, that would be my plan. 21 and up, legalize it and leave it alone, you know. But yeah, man, these massage parlors is wild, man. I think the ones that Robert Kraft paid for, they were like in their 40s and 50s. Ain't nothing wrong with that, bro. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know, you're a grown woman, you're 50 years old, you want to do that. And they said it was pretty quick too, so she knew what she was doing. Shout out to Granny handling business, you know. Let me stop. All right, it's getting late. I'm out here lunching right now, acting dumb. Oh man. All right.
Eyewitness News.
Oh, I'm gonna talk about this too.